Good morning, third grade. It's time for reading, and you should have read the story a second time. And a really good reason for doing that is that last week, some of you noticed that I accidentally skipped two of the letters, 2 pages. And I didn't even realize it because each page is like a letter from a different person. So you could read the whole thing and not even notice that you had missed those pages. But when it comes time to do our workbook, it's important that you've read the whole thing. And we know, I say it all the time, good readers read more than once. So once you've reread Oliver K. Woodman, then you're ready to get started with the workbook on page 123. And it says, The Journey of Oliver K. Woodman, a timeline of Oliver's journey. Now, in social studies, we worked with a timeline. So that's interesting how our different subjects can tie together like this. Let's go ahead and read at the top of the page. Oliver K. Woodman spent 2 months traveling from Uncle Ray's house to Tamika's house. First, use details from the text and illustrations to gather information. Then show Oliver's journey on a timeline. And you don't have to make the timeline up. It's on the next page. So we're going to fill that in after we've gathered our information. So let's get started. It says, read pages 274 to 278. According to Uncle Ray's second letter, when did Oliver K. Woodman begin his journey? So I'm going to go into my book, page 274, and let's see, the first letter comes from Tamika, and then he wrote and said he can't come in his first letter. So let's go to page 276. Then he wrote a letter to Traveler. This is his second letter. Wait, that's Oliver's second letter. So let's take a look. This is we've got to make sure we know whose letter we're looking at. So now, Tamika wrote again. Let's see. When we get to page 276, that's from Oliver. 278, let's read his second letter. It's on page 278. Dear favorite niece, Tamika, Oliver left this morning. Let me know when he gets there. It should take him a couple of weeks, or maybe more. It's hard to say. Love, Uncle Ray. Let's go back. The question says, when did Oliver K. Woodman begin his journey, and where did he start? Well, he said Oliver left this morning, but let's look at the top of the letter where they wrote June 1st. So Oliver left on June 1st. But that's not everything, because it says, where did he start? He started where? Look up at where does Uncle Ray live? Rock Hill, South Carolina. So we're going to write, we don't even have to write complete sentences for this. This is just kind of taking notes. June 1st, Rock Hill, South Carolina. Just like that. Number 2. Read pages 279 and 280. We're going to find out, when did Uncle Ray get news of Oliver again? So when's the first time he hears back from Oliver? Or from somebody who knows of Oliver? And where was he? Where was Oliver at this time? So I don't really see, let's see, 279. Oh, there's that picture of the bull and Oliver on the back of a truck. And this letter is from Jackson McTavish. And he's telling him that he rode on the back of his truck. And let's see, this is the first that Uncle Ray has heard, and it's June 4th. Look at the top of the letter, June 4th, and it's outside Memphis, Tennessee. So we'll just say Memphis, Tennessee. June 4th, Memphis, Tennessee. It says it at the top of the letter that Mr. McTavish wrote. Now it says, read page 281. When did Uncle Ray next hear about Oliver? I bet you can look at that letter and find the date, and you can also find out where he was at this time. Write that down. Let's go to the next page. It says 282. And the question is, when did Uncle Ray get news next? Where was Oliver? So you know what you're going to do. You're going to write where you see he's at and when he's there. We're going to turn our workbook to page 124. And now it says, read pages 286 and 287, because now he's writing to Tamika. They're just writing back and forth. But Uncle Ray heard again from somebody who knows about Oliver. Uncle Ray and Tamika thought Oliver was lost. He didn't hear from him for quite a while. When did Uncle Ray get news from Oliver? Look at the letter on page 286. Where is Oliver now? On this page. I think he'd gotten left in the middle of a Native American Indian reservation out in the desert in Utah for a while. Let's go to page 288 to 289. Where did Oliver end up next? 288 and 289. He's on his way somewhere. And what is the date that they heard from the Claremont sisters? Now, that's as much as we need to fill out because we've got the information we need for our timeline. So we're going to go to the timeline right here, and we're going to read the directions. Now use the details that you have gathered to complete the timeline below. Remember to use all the dates from the letters to Uncle Ray that told when Oliver was in each place. So, we're going to give our dates on these lines and the places on these lines. I'm going to go back to number 1. The first date was June 1st, Rock Hill, South Carolina. So I'm going to write June 1st, where it says the date. Do you see how I'm writing it on that diagonal line? And underneath it, the place was Rock Hill, South Carolina. So I can't write too big. The next place, let's see. The next one, it was June 4th and outside Memphis, Tennessee. June 4th. I'm going to put that up on the top with the dates, just like that. And down here, I'm going to write Memphis, Tennessee. Luckily, we can abbreviate the states. Memphis, comma, capital T, capital N. So this is how my timeline is starting to look. You'll finish that on your own. When you're finished with this reading workbook page, I want you to write your spelling words 2 times each. I think our spelling test is on Wednesday. Okay, so go ahead and get started with that. Have a good day.